What is up, everybody? It is your boy Razorbacks Rule, and welcome back to another schedule prediction video. Today we are going to be doing the Mississippi State Bulldogs, a team that went 5-7 last year, did not end up making the bowl game, and firing Zach Arnett through the season. Now they get a new head coach in Jeff Lebby. We're losing a lot of talent, like they lose Woody Marks and all those guys. So it's going to be a questionable year. How will they do in the first year under Jeff Lebby? Well, we'll take a look at this schedule, and it looks like a really tough schedule here. I say y'all do start out by beating Eastern Kentucky and FCS program. You should beat FCS programs easily, like Mississippi State. If you don't, you're you already know what I'm talking about. Anyway, but Mississippi State starts off 1-0, and then they go. And then they And then they go on the road at Arizona State. Arizona State finished off 3-9 last year with no conference. Not last year, they were kind of terrible. So I believe Mississippi State and Arizona State are kind of on the same level. And this game could go either way, but I'm gonna go with home field advantage right here and say Arizona State pulls off the win here. So they'll go to 1-1, and then you'll get Toledo at home. Toledo is not and I think y'all beat Toledo. But Toledo though, not a guaranteed win. Toledo does have some talent, and they could come in and pull off, and they could come in and give Mississippi State a fight. But I'm gonna say Mississippi State wins that game, but Toledo is not a guaranteed win. And then they get Florida at home. The Gators the Gators, well, they got a tough schedule, a lot ahead of them, but this is a Florida team that I think could be good, but then again, who knows with their schedule. But I think with Mississippi State, I think Florida is a little bit more talented in that spot, and I think Florida comes on the road and beats Mississippi State. And then they get Texas on the road. You go on the road at Texas. With Texas, they got Quinn Ewers returning. They got a lot of talent coming in. I think they could be a contender in the college football playoffs. And I just don't think Mississippi State has a chance on the road. I think Texas will come in, and if it can't get worse for Mississippi State, you get Georgia on the road. Georgia is going to be a dangerous team next year. I think they'll be probably one of the best. And going on the road, I don't think Mississippi State stands a chance either. I got them losing that game to going to 2-4 on the season. Then you get Texas A&M. Texas A&M comes in with a new head coach, Mike Elko. So this could be a little bit of a questionable year for A&M. But Mike Elko was here, but I think A&M's going to be a little bit of an average good team, like a 7-5, 8-4 team. I think they come on the road and beat Mississippi State and drop them to 2-5 on the year. And then they get Arkansas at home, the Razorbacks, who went 4-8 last year. Last year, Mississippi State did beat them 7-3 in Fayetteville. 7-3 in Fayetteville, but Arkansas does have a much better offense with a much better offensive coordinator in Bobby Petrino. So I'm just saying, this is a winnable game for Mississippi State. I think Arkansas is on the same level. I think this is kind of a winnable game, and this is a winnable game for State. But they did beat them last year in Fayetteville 7-3, but I don't think it'll happen. I think Arkansas has a much better talented offense than what they had last year, and I think their defense will hold off Mississippi State just enough to get the win. I think Arkansas comes into Stark Vegas and takes down Mississippi State. So it's kind of looking like a little bit of a rough patch here. You are 2-6, but you do get an easy win in UMass. I think Mississippi State should be able to handle UMass pretty easily. So they get to 3-6 on the year, and then they go on the road at Tennessee. Tennessee is gonna be your much better team. If Nico Amalavier can perform to the expectations that people think, I think this Tennessee team will be great. And that run game, I think the Tennessee run game is going to be a real good one this year. So I don't see Mississippi State having a chance over there. I think Mississippi State takes an L there, drops to 3-7. Then they get Missouri at home, the Tigers of Missouri. Missouri. I don't see Missouri, and Missouri is going to be a really good team this year. I think Missouri. They get Brady Cook returning and Luther Burden, and their defense is going to be good yet again. I just don't see Missouri beating. I just don't see Mississippi State beating Missouri. And I'm giving them an L right there. Then their final game of the year is going to be on the road at Ole Miss, the Egg Bowl every year. No matter what team's record is, this is always a battle. I mean, no matter what the team's records are, this is always a battle. The Egg Bowl is always a battle. It's always one of the most watched games on Thanksgiving, and I think Ole Miss and Mississippi State will be in a good clash right here. I think this will be a close game, but since it's at home for Ole Miss, I think Ole Miss will get the win. So I have Mississippi State finishing off the season with a 3-9 and an 0-8 record. And the first year under Jeff Lebby, and honestly, Mississippi State fans, I don't know. I honestly just don't know what to say about this team. I mean, I just don't see anything to get excited about. I looked at their roster, I looked at their depth chart, and I just don't see anything in there. I think they do get a new quarterback, but you're losing Will Rogers. You're losing a lot of talent to the transfer portal, and honestly, I don't see anything to get excited about. I mean, y'all have like an average, not a good like roster. I mean, your roster. I mean, yeah, but it's just how it is. I mean, 3-9 is what I can do. I mean, no conference wins. I mean, y'all's worst case scenario is probably 2-10. Y'all lose to Toledo and y'all go 2-10 on the year. Now y'all's best case scenario is you beat Arkansas. And you beat Florida, and then you somehow find a way to either win the A&M or somehow find a way to beat Texas A&M, and y'all go 6-6. That's y'all's best case scenario, but I just don't know what to say, man. I mean, I just don't know. So I'm sorry, Mississippi State fans, but I'm gonna say 3-9 for your team. It's gonna be a tough year in Stark Vegas for Mississippi State in the first year under Jeff Lebby.